And good morning to you once more, Lagos. You're tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. Right now, it's time to delve into the world of business inside Business Express. And Rotus is here this Monday morning to get us going. Good morning.
Good morning, Folu, Lagos. Good morning, everybody.
Excellent. As we jump into the conversation, please share your thoughts and questions with us using the hashtag Business Express 981 while you're up on Twitter or by sending it into our WhatsApp messages, which is 0809 444 0981.
Thank you. So, Lagos, Ugo Dre and I are in a very good mood because our football teams did well this weekend. Olamide, do you follow any football teams?
Yeah.
Yeah? No, Olamide is rolling her eyes. She doesn't follow any. Olamide of ARM is also with us as well. Welcome to good morning to you, gentlemen and lady. All right, so the stock market on Friday down by 0.68%. But looking at the week, it's a new month. I will not say happy new month, but last week, market was down by 1.63%. For the month of August, the market was down by 5.8%. So far this year, we are down by 8.8%. So for the week, we had 37 gainers last week. We had 34 losers. Top gainer was Portland Paints that returned about 20% last week. The top loser was Ikeja Hotels that was down by 18% last week. But we're going to jump into some results that we got last week. I think we're going to be time willing talking about Access Bank, UBA, and looking at the PMI for last month. But let's start with Guinness full year results. Olamide, how are we seeing things with Guinness performance?
Okay, just like you said, Guinness released its full year 20 like its financial year ends in June actually. So looking at for the full year, the EPS actually grew by 157% to 330, and that was driven by moderation in its operating expense. So you find that the OPEX to sales actually fell by 5.48% to 25.1%.
Okay.
Then also another strong thing for them was a reduction in their finance cost. That's for the full year. So your finance cost fell by 42.3% to 5.6 billion naira, and that was due to, so we know they did a rights issue
Yes.
earlier on of about 39.7 billion naira. So they were able to use that to pay down a bit of their debt. So from a debt to equity ratio of 82% as at full year 2017, they were able to reduce it to about 7.2%. Our model is currently under valuation, but based on our last communicated fair value estimate is 88.21%.
Okay.
Which is still at a discount to the last closing price that they had. So for Guinness, I think one thing they're suffering from. So if you look at the quarterly results, what you find is their EPS actually fell. So year on year the result was good, but for the Q4 standalone, you find that EPS actually fell by 63.4% to 1.6 billion, and that was due to moderation sales. So they saw lower volumes from their mainstream beer, which is Southern Brown and Dubic Malt.
Okay.
So and that's just due to intense competition from IB and the like. So they tried to take in some price increase earlier on due to the excise duty that took effect in June.
Right.
So that affected them. So for them, we're not positive on Guinness for this year, just due to the competition going on in that space, basically.
All right, Ugo Dre, I was talking to you downstairs about this. I haven't seen anybody who is positive on Guinness. How are you feeling? Are you contrarian by any chance?
Contrarian?
And as in, are you flop? Are you going against?
For the last 5 years.
Wow. So I was wondering whether you surprised. I'm wondering whether you surprised us.
Like we said, for over 2-3 years now, the way Nigerians consume alcohol has changed drastically. Gone are the days where people take a lot of beer or even stout. So a lot of younger generation rather take spirits or different kind of concoctions, just to get whatever it is they get out of alcohol.
Right.
So that is basically impacting on beer makers, not just Guinness, even Nigerian brewers and international brewers. And then there's also intense competition coming in as well. So Nigeria international brewers, which of course is now owned by AN InBev, the largest beer maker in the world. So they're investing seriously on expansion in Nigeria. So that's putting a lot of pressure on Guinness. Nigerian breweries, which is owned by Heineken as well, is not resting their hours. They're also expanding capacity as well. So there's a lot of competition in that space, and Guinness is struggling. So good enough for them. They have their spirit brand doing quite well. I think revenues were up, sales were up 28%. year on year for their spirits brand compared to even Guinness Stout and beer as well.
Okay.
Brand. On the beer space, they're not doing well at all. I mean, like they don't have any market share in that space. On the stout space, yes, they still have significant market share, but then, like I said earlier, taste of Nigerians is changing a lot. So Nigerians, a lot of young generation prefer to take spirits than beer. The outlook for Guinness is not that good. I think it's still very, very much expensive. I don't know where the growth is at 19% or at 18 or 19 of times earnings price earnings ratio. I really don't know where that goods is going to come from. So I've been very, very bearish on Guinness for some time now.
All right, so not looking good there with Guinness again, ladies and gentlemen out there. Do consult a broker, of course, like an ARM, or read up on Nairametric stock picks before you make any decisions. Do your due diligence. All right, let's move on from the brewery sector to banking.
Just before we do, we got a quick message that's coming from Yinka, who says, listening to Ugo Dre analyze what the younger generation prefer to drink, it makes me assume that this dude is suspect.
We can't mention that.
Of course not. He said shizzer, basically, but we're not mentioning that.
Yinka, you're a naughty
you
boy.
need to stop blaming your generations for things, please. There's an older generation that's raising them.
It's not a blame game. It's just recognizing the fact that, taste has changed.
Taste of change. All right, so banking sector now. Access Bank, Olamide, they released, I believe, half-year results last week. How's that looking for Access Bank?
Well, for the half-year results, what you'll find is PAT was literally flat, 39.2 billion.
Olamide, you and your acronyms. PAT is
profit after tax.
Thank you for our listeners. All right, go ahead.
Profit before tax came down by about 12% to 45.8 billion, and that was due to a weak revenue that they had. So looking at the standalone quarter, the non-interest revenue declined by 42% quarter on quarter, and we believe that that was as a result of a reversal of the fair value gains on its derivative instruments. Also, another pressure point for Access Bank is its cost of fund, which is for as at H1 is the 5.8%, which is 70 basis points higher than what they had as at year end 2017, which is a bit surprising for us because interest rates have actually dropped. And then if you look at their peers, Stanbic, FCMB, they've been able to improve their cost of funds by an average of 60 basis points. But I think the only positive for them was they're able to reduce their non-performing loans. So that declined by 7% year to date, with the ratio at 4.7%, and that's on the back of shrinking loan book. They declared an interim dividend of 25 kobo. Unchanged from what they did last year, H117, which translates to dividend yield of 10%. For full year, our full year 18 expectation is for a dividend forecast of 90 kobo.
Okay, so
in terms of
buy, sell,
assets,
yeah. Sounds like a no.
Stay back.
Okay, so
very quickly, Ebenezer sent in a message up on WhatsApp to ask, listen, which stock can you introduce for someone to buy? How can we buy it?
Oh, okay. Ebenezer, well, obviously we know that Guinness is not a buy. Access doesn't seem like it either. Ugo Dre, where you at on Access?
So I have Access in my portfolio.
Oh, you do? Okay.
It hasn't really done too well. 9 naira 50 kobo, trading at 4 times price earnings ratio, which you might say is relatively cheap. But in this market, man, we don't really know what's cheap and what's expensive anymore.
Right.
What determines share price movement currently is retail foreign investors. So currently they're not investing as much as we expect. So a lot of stocks are hugely underpriced. 4 times earnings are actually very cheap. And despite all the challenges Access Bank is having in terms of their results, not as good as it was last year or 2 years ago. But nevertheless, they're still posting incredible profits. So, but then the market isn't looking at fundamentals right now. So everybody's just a little bit cautious about what's happening in the political space, and of course what's happening in emerging markets around the world. So nobody's pushing money into equity. So that's why you're seeing prices down. So you might want to be a little bit cautious right now.
Ebenezer, you hear that? You want to be a little bit cautious. All right.
Except you're investing for the long term.
Thank you for throwing that in, Ugo Dre. All right, real quick, only about a minute and a half. UBA, Olamide, can you give us a quick summary on their half-year performance as well?
Well, for UBA, I think their result was largely in line with expectations. So up until PBT level, it was actually
profit before tax. Yes.
Profit before tax.
Thank you.
I just
Ugo Dre, I still get questions from people like, what's that acronym? What's this? What's that? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so for FAP, profit before tax was about 58.1 billion. Profits after tax was higher also, was about 42.2 billion naira. However, for the quarter, PBT was 19, profit before tax was 19% high quarter on quarter, but they took some higher tax this period, so their effective tax was about 37% for Q2 relative to 11%.
That is a big jump in tax.
That actually led to the lower profit after tax quarter on quarter. That fell by about 16%. As far as UB is concerned, I think our fair value estimate currently is 1410.
Okay, and it closed at 8 naira on Friday, so that's a big upside.
We still have a buy on
okay.
UBA.
So Ebenezer, UBA, she likes UBA. Real quick, Ugo Dre, can you name your thoughts on UBA because we're running out of time? Or
so another moderate result, not as great as it was last year, but I mean basically fell in line with expectations. You want to also be just like Access Bank, just be very careful. If you want to hold them for a long time, yes, at 4 times price earnings ratio, this stocks look cheap to me. But nothing here says it can go lower.
Right. Ugo Dre of Nairametrics, Olamide of ARM, thank you guys so much for joining us on a Money Monday on Business Express. And thank you guys for your messages. Ebenezer, please be careful out there. Huh?
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up next, we got some great music. And then, of course, at 7:30, detailed newspaper analysis inside of Freshly Pressed. Good morning, boss.
Thank you. I'm so glad the two of you made it for a second.